everyone, it's Elizabeth from Elpis Astrology at elpisastrology.com. Thank you for joining me today. So this video is your February 2021 astrological forecast as I see it. So this month has a new moon in Aquarius, a full moon in Virgo, and this, of course, we still have the square between Neptune and the north nodes of the moon in Gemini. We're also going to have Mercury in Aquarius go direct towards the end of the month, and of course we have lots of other things to talk about. So let's start off on the 1st of February. We have Venus going into Aquarius, and it will be joining up with Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, and the Sun. We're also going to have on that day the moon opposing Chiron, the wounded healer. So it seems to me right at the beginning of February we've got some kind of electrical energy. So Aquarius is very much out there. It's the genius. It is scientific breakthroughs. It is out-of-the-box thinking. It's unusual experiences, including having some downloads from the universe. That can happen too. So certainly if you've got, say, planets in Aquarius, they may be activated depending what they are. But certainly with the moon opposing Chiron, it really is saying that I want to bring healing in here. Now, on a mundane level, somebody in the world could maybe discover some unique ways of actually healing, maybe through some kind of vibrational healing of some sort, utilizing some kind of waveform, whether it's airwaves or electrical waves. So on the 6th of February, we have Venus conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. And that basically brings us to a reality and maybe does a little bit of a shake-up. Because it's in Aquarius, it could be something unexpected comes in to wake us up a little bit with regards to anything Venus. So that's our money. So this being in February, maybe after we get all our bills, we have a little bit of a surprise. But it also can be a reality with regards to relationships as well. So maybe a little bit of a wake-up call of some sort for some of us. Now we've got our first new moon at 23 degrees of Aquarius, and that's happening on the 11th of Feb at 11:05 AM Pacific Standard Time. Right. Now we have at this time, Venus is now going to be conjuncting Jupiter at 12 degrees. And this is lovely because this makes it a very lucky day, this tying into this whole new moon as well. I would say that you're going to be spoiled for choice this day, and certainly if you've got anything, say, around that 12-degree mark of Aquarius, or 12 degrees of Leo, which is the opposite sign, this might be just a very nice day for you where things just turn out well. Could also be a lucky meeting for some people with regards to love. It could also be lucky with regards to money too. So the ruler of this new moon is basically Saturn as the original ruler, and Aquarius, of course, as the modern ruler. Now this Saturn squares the modern ruler, and that's Uranus, and that's in Taurus. So this is a very strong influence here. And I really see this as this ongoing influence of this as well. I don't see it as negative. What I do see it as is us taking the old and making something new of it. I almost saw it as, every time I looked at this, I saw this as that sort of grafting procedure that you can do on some plants. Or when you cut back all your different bushes and trees and that, when you cut them back and then they burst forward with all this new shoots. That's how I sort of envision this Saturn squaring Uranus, because I think it is very much going to be that way. So you've got to go with the flow with this type of influence and realize that we're aiming for a better future for everybody, right? Okay. We have Mars sextiling Neptune, and then it quincunxes the south nodes of the moon. So this really talks about us having some unique opportunities to maybe put in action some of our dreams, right? That's Neptune. And of course Mars is action. But it may involve us letting go of old ways of thinking and our old belief systems. That's that south node, right? So we've also got an exact square happening on the 18th of February when we talk about that whole Saturn square Uranus. It's just an influence at this new moon. I thought I would do Valentine's Day for those that do celebrate it on the 14th of February. Actually, it's actually quite a nice day. Now, we always look at the moon. So the moon is in Aries all day. And we have 5 planets in Aquarius. So I would say this is a highly charged Valentine's Day, where we may go after what we really want. The moon conjuncts Chiron in the early evening as well, and sextile Saturn. We have a really nice Venus trining the north nodes of the moon. So, and this obviously carries into the evening, where most people, I guess, will be going for dinner, or at least celebrating somehow. I thought that was really, really nice, actually. Now, we still have a Mercury retrograde happening, but it'll be conjuncting Jupiter at 13 degrees. And of course, I spoke earlier about Mars sextiling Neptune. All around, I would say there may be some lucky messages come in, maybe even some past love with the Mercury retrograde conjuncting Jupiter. Past love comes into our lives and calls us or shoots us an email or text. Again, it has this sort of lucky connotation to it. So happy Valentine's Day to those that celebrate it. On the 18th, we have that exact square as I spoke about with Saturn squaring Uranus. Sort of enlightening maybe even the work that we do. But we also have the Sun goes into Pisces this day. All right? So this is a brand new year for all Pisces. This is your new start. Happy birthday, Pisces. Also on this day, I was looking up NASA, and NASA's rover called the Perseverance is due to land on Mars this day, the 18th. So keep an eye out in the news for that. On the 20th of February, we have our Mercury retrograde in Aquarius going direct at 11 degrees of Aquarius. Take a look if you've got that in your chart. The same day, we have this moon conjuncting the north nodes of the moon and trining Jupiter. All planets are now direct. So this is a very positive, forward-moving time right now on the 20th of February. And certainly it may, in a mundane sense, in the world, show where we've made real progress forward with regards to having a more safe and secure world. You know, my brother Philip sent me an article, and it was really interesting because it was from some, astronomers and physicists that basically have discovered this 980 hertz radio wave, and it was picked up, it's been detected back in 2019 too. But it basically suggests that there may be some communication with other entities out there. And it was found in a constellation called Centaurus. That's the closest to our galaxy. But it is in the southern sky, and of course I'm up here in the northern hemisphere, but they can see it down in the southern sky. And what's interesting is that this constellation Centaurus is associated with Chiron. There is a paper being written about this, and it's from a UK paper called The Guardian is reporting this, and The Guardian is very left-wing, but it's also on the conservative side, and it would certainly be not encouraging this being a positive thing if it didn't think it was. So with a paper being written on this, this may be also something very interesting with regards to us maybe making some real communication with other entities. I mentioned this in my other video, so just bringing it up here for you. So we have a full moon. That is going to be in 8 Virgo 57 on the 27th of February at 12:17 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The moon quincunxes Saturn, and Saturn trines Uranus. The sun will be sextiling Uranus, and we'll have a really nice trine between Mars and Pluto. That's like powerful entities working together in this world, especially from the standpoint of governments and people in power. Jupiter trines the north nodes of the moon. Well, fortune shines on us, right? Now by 8 p.m. in the evening, on the 27th of Feb, we are actually going to have this Virgo moon at 20 degrees of Virgo. So that says it's going to now be opposite of Neptune. And this could just bring to light some areas of our life that need cleaning up. That's how I saw this. That we get the inspiration maybe to start a new program in a nutrition or exercise program, that type of thing. Our health. Right? I also want to mention that there's a Celtic Festival that starts at this time. Imbolc is what it's called, and it starts on the 2nd of February. But it really is like between the winter and springtime that the ancients used to celebrate this. And I thought it tied in nicely with this full moon in Virgo, because it's a purification type of energy. It represents a new start. It's influence to fertility and, of course, light coming into our lives. In the night sky, look for Mars high up in the sky in the southwest as it moves towards the west. In March, we're going to have a new moon in Pisces. Venus and Neptune will be hovering close by. Lovely influence. And the full moon will be in Libra, opposite of Venus in Aries. And of course, we're going to have the spring equinox happening in March too. I'm going to be doing my full-length video, or extended video, next after this, so watch out for it. I'm going to look at Jupiter in Pisces and then see where all of your ascendants and sun signs fall as well at that time, so keep an eye out for that video. It's unusual to have Jupiter go through 2 signs, especially right in the middle. It does happen, but I thought because it's unusual, I'm going to talk about it and its influence on us in the world as well as us individually. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I hope the new year has started off well for everyone. There's a lot of hope and optimism in 2021. Don't forget that. Lots of love. Bye for now.